and welcome back. We have had an absolutely lovely stay here at Tide Coed CL in Abersoch. This CL offers absolutely spectacular sea views and is just a short walk along the beach into Abersoch. Keep watching as I give you a little tour of this beautiful hidden gem of a CL. During our 10-day stay here, we have continued to explore the Abersoch area. We had a lovely visit to Whistling Sands, which is just a short drive from the CL site. And at Whistling Sands, it's known for the sand making a whistling sound. We couldn't hear this whistling sound when we visited. We did have a lovely walk along the headland. We parked at the car park at the top of Whistling Sands, which was a National Trust car park. It's free to park for members or £5 for non-members. We then walked down the road to the beach. Now, if you go to the right of the beach, dogs aren't allowed there, but to the left of the beach, dogs are absolutely fine to explore. And there was a lovely cafe at the bottom as well there. After visiting Whistling Sands, we carried on and we went and visited one of the world's most scenic pubs. And it wasn't that far a drive from Whistling Sands. Again, we parked at a National Trust car park, which was free to park at for National Trust members or £5 for non-members. We then walked up the hill towards a golf club and then walked through the golf course, which was about a 20-minute walk with absolutely stunning views of the coastline. And then you reach one of the world's most scenic pubs. And it was certainly popular when we visited. We had a few drinks and some lunch there and we really enjoyed it. We also paid a visit to a National Trust property nearby. It's a house, not a huge house, and only one of the rooms was open during our visit. It has some lovely gardens for you to wander around in. Unfortunately, dogs aren't allowed in the gardens, but we took it in turns to have a wander around the small gardens that the property has to offer. We then carried on and visited a lovely little fishing village. It had a fish and chip shop where we had some lovely lunch in, and it also had some pubs and cafes as well to explore. Again, it was a National Trust car park here, which we were lucky to get parked in, as when we left it was one in, one out. Again, the car park is free for members or £5 for non-members. We certainly feel we got our money's worth of our National Trust membership during our stay here in Abersoch, and if you're not already a member, I definitely recommend looking into it. We pay around £13 a month for our family membership, and living not far away from Cork Abbey, we get our money's worth just from one visit a month there. The Llyn Peninsula is a beautiful area to explore. We all said it reminded us a lot of Ireland, and Abersoch is a beautiful town, and it was so nice to be able to walk from the CL site along the beach into Abersoch itself. And as you walk towards the beach from the CL site, you go through the holiday park, which is known as The Warren, and it is a luxury holiday park. Lots of the lodges and static caravans along the front were selling for over £1 million, whereas we stayed just up the road in a beautiful CL site with sea views for £25 a night. I know what I'd prefer. The Warren Holiday Park is a lovely holiday park. It's got a spa and it's got a swimming pool as well. And on the website it does say that you can purchase day passes as well for there. Bring your swimming stuff with you if you stay at this CL site and want to have a trip and a nosy round the Warren Holiday Park. The Warren Holiday Park has also got a lovely bar and restaurant right on the beach called the Sandbar. We stopped there a few times during our stay for a drink and some lunch, and I definitely recommend the seafood plank. During our stay, and as I explained on my previous videos, we had HelloFresh. We had some more lovely meals from HelloFresh. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I think I would do it again. It's not always very caravan friendly though, and it would be good if they had some recipes where they were only using, say, one pot, because sometimes when you're cooking in the caravan, I just like to use my multi-cooker, so I've not got multiple things on at the same time. I'm not going to trip the electric. We also found that the salmon was missing from our salmon and rice dish. I checked all the bags that we brought with us and there definitely wasn't in there, and I asked my dad to check at home whether it was in our fridge and he said no, it wasn't there. I did try and contact HelloFresh on their chat, but it was down at the time, so I'll continue to try and contact them and hopefully we'll be able to get that sorted. Now, Tide Coed CL site is just off the Abersoch road, which is the main road going into Abersoch itself. And you turn off it to the right as you come from Fwelly, the town, and it's just before the Warren Holiday Park. We did miss it the first time when we arrived with the caravan, and so we carried on and we managed to turn around inside the Warren Holiday Park. As if you go down the drive of the Warren Holiday Park, there is a fuel station in there which you can swing your outfit round and then back up again. So if you make the mistake and miss the turning like we did, you can always turn around easy in there. You follow the lane up to Tide Coed CL and it branches off. Now, straight on is to another campsite, which is a much larger campsite with what looks to be mainly seasonal pitches. They do have a grass field to the right of it for touring caravans and campers and motorhomes, but when I looked on their website they were charging between £40 and £52 a night, and they didn't have the spectacular sea views that we have in this beautiful CL site. So instead of going up to the main campsite, turn left, and it is a bit tight. Just take it steady. However, do note that it is a stone wall to the left of you, but to the right of you it's not. Now, we're not an 8-foot wide caravan, and we were saying I think you would just do it, but it would be tight. So just take your time, and as you come in then through to the field. Jen, the owner, had said in her email before we arrived, just pick any pitch and pitch up. There are 8 hard standing pitches and they all have beautiful sea views. Now, while we were there was 2 caravans that looked to be seasonal pitches, as they only had people visiting for a couple of days during our stay. Each pitch has its own water tap, its own electric meter, and we just ran our grey waste pipe into the bushes at the back of the caravan. All the pitches are beautifully spaced out as well. Now, this CL site not only has spectacular sea views, it also has 2 toilets, and one of the toilets has a shower in it. It was very clean, and in fact it was one of the most cleanest toilets and showers I'd been to. The showers are £1 to use, and there was plenty of time during that £1 to have your shower. The other toilet during our stay was currently being done up. Now, to stay at the CL site is £25 a night, and then you pay your electric on top. When we arrived, I emailed Jen, the owner, and let her know where we were pitched up and took down the meter reading. I then emailed it to her, and then when we left, I emailed her again our meter reading. We worked out that during our 10-day stay, our electric had come to £31, which we thought was good value. We did have our heating on low every night. Some nights we ran it off gas. In fact, we were more conscious, I think, when you are on a metered pitch with your use of electric. So we did use gas more, and we said, I don't know why we don't use it more. With the husband being a gas engineer, you think we would use it more, but we don't. So we averaged around £3 a day for electric. So with our electric each day and the £25 pitch fee and your showers, you're looking at around £30 for a stay here, which at Easter weekend, which is peak season, you certainly can't complain, and especially with the beautiful sea views you have. We really enjoy CL sites and we like the quietness of them. We also found that CL sites have some of the most spectacular views, which you don't necessarily always get on club sites. If you have any recommendations for any CL sites that you've stayed at that are little gems or have sea views, please do let me know in the comments. It's much appreciated. Please also let me know in the comments if you prefer to have metered pitches or not metered pitches. I know it's a bit of a controversial topic, but with the cost of living and the cost of gas and electric constantly going up, I'm not surprised that more and more sites are charging now metered pitches for electric. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do consider liking and subscribing to the channel. My little channel is really starting to grow now, and your support is much appreciated. If you are already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for coming back, and your support is much appreciated. Many thanks for watching, and take care.